Hello again, this is Alex with MasterChartsTrading.com, and this is market recap for Friday, June 24th, 2022. As always, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with others. Truly, the likes is what keeps this channel going, but more importantly, the way YouTube works, the more likes the video gets, the more exposure it gets. So if you found this information useful and you want to share it with others, please hit the like button. It is truly important. It's not taking you that long to do. This is going to be a relatively short video. There was not a lot of things happening in the trading universe this week. So we will cover stocks that are bouncing, but I think they are in a downtrend. We'll look at China. It looks either like a great setup to sell it short, or possibly maybe they're going to be getting something bigger. Maybe there's a breakout brewing. Nobody really knows for sure, but we'll look at the charts and see what they say. Natural gas, as I was saying, continued lower and it's now approaching bearish levels. Could dollar be finally done appreciating? If it is, then gold, even though it's breaking down below bearish levels, could it be actually setting up for what's called a bear trap? And then at the end we'll look at Bitcoin, and specifically I had a subscriber ask for a monthly chart, so we'll look at that. Again, if you have any questions, make a comment, or if you have just comments, don't forget to make a comment. Again, hit the like button. If you are a subscriber, then stay tuned for a separate video. We'll cover all of these securities. So if you're not a subscriber, then consider signing up by going to MasterChartsTrading.com, click on sign up, and sign up for one of the services. I will also leave the description of my site and the link to it in the description of the video. Okay, let's get to it. So S&P 500. On this chart, first of all, you see this four horizontal lines, this green, blue, red, and yellow lines. These are my custom support resistance indicator lines that I think are very useful for trading. So, for example, back here in May of this year, we had a couple of just great signals to sell short. So if you had my indicators, you took the signals. That's a very nice move for S&P 500 to the downside. Excuse me. The thing is, what's happening is, first of all, we are in a downtrend as of right this instant. So the bear market equals downtrend started right here where I'm hovering on 29th of April. How do I know? So my system says the following: if we have closed below this yellow support resistance lines for stocks, this is a stock, then we have entered the bear market. So now we just need a bounce, and we need a bounce towards this red support resistance line, and we had this bounce to open this short position. This is exactly what happened here in May and early June of this year, and we made a new low. Okay, so it's normal for a downtrend in securities to make lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. So let's see where this rally. So right this instant, what's happening is we have what is called a counter trend rally. Counter trend meaning opposite to the trend. If the trend is down, it means counter trend, meaning it's moving up right now. So as of right this instant today, we had this big green candlestick. Notice what happened is we burst through this yellow support resistance line. So I call it weak resistance, and I wrote it right there. Weak resistance at the yellow line. So it's not like bad resistance, but it's just not very strong. My stronger resistance is right here at the red line, which is at 4077. So we will be watching and see what's gonna happen in the next few days, 2 weeks. Could we continue higher? Absolutely, yeah. This is what's called an oversold bounce. So we collapsed. We had this strong selling here on June 9th, June 10th, June 13th, and then another day right there on 16th of June, which actually turned out to be the bottom for now. So strong selling implies that we are oversold. We were oversold here back in 16th, 17th of June, and now we're in, there is a counter trend bounce. So short positions are being covered. That means we have a bounce towards the in the opposite direction to the trend, which trend is down, so we're bouncing higher. Let's see what happens. Strong resistance once again is around 4077. It could take days to weeks to get there. There's also a possibility that we just can continue lower, but it's a good guess that we will continue at least somewhat higher towards 4077 for S&P 500. Same general picture we're looking right now at at Dow Jones. So Dow Jones, very similar general picture to the S&P 500. Bear market for Dow Jones started right there on 29th of April. We had several opportunities to sell short. 3 signals here in late May, early June. Nice move lower, and again an oversold bounce. Right this instant we're just doing the same thing as S&P 500. The target I think for this rally is around 32,336. I'm reading it right off the chart. It's this red line. Once again, if you need the indicators, go to MasterChartsTrading.com, sign up, and I'll open the door for you on TradingView. So these indicators are available for TradingView.com. Once again, don't forget to hit the like button. Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, pretty much the same general story, except for bear market for Nasdaq started actually even earlier in March of this year, whereas for S&P the bear market started right there on 29th of April of this year. So almost 2 months earlier, right there in March of this year, we had a signal for the entry of Nasdaq into the bear market, and then we had a bounce. So we had a great short signal right there on the 8th of April. If you took it, congratulations. Right now, possibly you would be taking profits on your short position. Once again, the bounce target would be the red line, which is at 13205. And you can see Nasdaq actually is lagging S&P 500. Very similar again picture for small caps Russell 2000, except for Russell 2000 entered the bear market even earlier, right here in January of this year, where I'm hovering. We had several just excellent opportunities to sell short. Latest one was on April 5th. If you took it, congratulations. I would still be in this trade because my stop is actually at the red line. So we could see continuously, series of lower lows and lower highs. Right now we're in the middle of an oversold bounce. Once again, counter trend bounce. The trend is down. We're bouncing higher. So we're approaching this yellow support resistance line. So Russell 2000 small caps is the weakest of the bunch, whereas Nasdaq just barely closed above it. Dow Jones had a nice big run above this yellow line, and so did S&P. So by far, Russell 2000 small caps is the weakest of the bunch. Will it even get to the red line? We'll see. Right now, there's just no way to tell. So let's, sit tight and see what happens, basically. China. So I'm looking at China like this is a short setup. So we had already there's one opportunity right there to sell it short on April 5th, and then another opportunity, another signal right there on the 9th of June. Technically today was also a signal. I didn't send it out because I want to make sure that we have tapped out. Additionally, the way these indicators are curving down, I have my 6.0 version, which kind of projects the price action into the future. You can see that the blue line actually is coming down towards price action. So This is what's kind of, piqued my interest, is that what's going on with China. Is China somehow going to come out of this downtrend before the rest of the world? I mean, China went to a downtrend for stocks. Well, let me find it right there. On July 26, 2021, more than a year ago, you see. So is China bottoming? Maybe. So perhaps there's some kind of developments behind the scenes that we're not aware of. So this is something to be aware of. Especially we can project the price action, we can project the indicators into the future, and we can once again see that the bullish levels are not that far off. So again, we need to keep our minds open, otherwise we will, not make it in this business. So let's watch out for China, see what happens, and then also let's watch out for the general stock market, and see what's going to happen within the next few weeks to days to weeks. Okay, natural gas. So natural gas had a tremendous run. We had a great opportunity to buy it. This is an actual signal to my subscribers right there on 22nd of March. Several great opportunities to exit, or to take profits. It went as high as almost 90% run in our favor, and right there on the 14th of June, I'm like, I don't like this action. So I sent to my subscribers I would exit any of the long positions. So what is a long position? Long position just means we bought, and a short position would mean we sold short. Okay, so right now I would have no positions currently. So it says right here I would exit my long position, and I was correct. Additionally, notice where we're coming down to. We're coming down towards the red line, which is currently at 5824, and that's a bearish levels. So that means that at that point we'll need to reverse our thinking and start selling natural gas short. So what is going on globally, with the Russian aggression in the Ukraine, with China, everybody is just kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It's just not, things are not normal. Things are very abnormal right now. But looking at the charts, perhaps things are normalizing. Perhaps prices are coming down for natural gas, for oil. Perhaps we will resume the stock market uptrend. That's a possibility. And again, I'm looking at, for example, China. China is a big player. So let's say China goes into an uptrend. Why wouldn't S&P 500 follow China? So again, let's watch and see what happens. Looking at dollar, so let's look at dollar on the weekly time frame first. Dollar had a huge run. We have, right there on this is a weekly chart, so each candlestick is 1 week's worth of activity. So each one of those red or green candlesticks is a whole week worth of activity, 5 trading days. Actually more with US dollar because it's continuous securities, because they start trading on Sunday night and trading on Friday evening, so a little bit more than 5 days. Alert. This is actually alert to my subscribers. So dollar started its uptrend a year ago and had a huge run. This is now coming to some sort of a potential end. That's a possibility also. I mean, this spike right here from last week, 13th of June, maybe this is a resistance up here. It's like 105.5. This week's candle also not very bullish at all. So a pullback for dollar is quite possible. Since we trade gold, a pullback for dollar would imply a move higher for gold. And actually the latest signal for gold was to the downside. right there on the week of 9th of May, gold closed below this red support resistance line. We can look at daily charts for more granularity. We had the signal right there on 13th of June and 14th of June, and another signal right there on the 23rd of June yesterday. This week it ended like basically on the line, so you know, it looks ripe for a collapse. Honestly, this looks quite bearish, but anything is possible, and especially if dollar moves lower, then gold should benefit. So we're gonna be very careful in the next few days, 2 weeks, and see what happens with gold. Could it continue lower? Yes, all indications right now to the downside, but we need to also look at the dollar, and if dollar continues lower, then gold could rally and reverse this. All three signals, you see what I'm saying? And finally, we're coming to an end for this presentation. Let's look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin went into a downtrend. I'm going to look at weekly charts for Bitcoin. Okay, so beginning of a downtrend for Bitcoin is right there on January of this year. At that point, since this is a commodity or forex instrument, or in this case it's a crypto, we only use two lines. We use blue and red lines. So for stocks, I use the yellow line as a setter, as a trend setter for the bear market. Once the stock, specifically stock, closes below the yellow line, we're gonna say, okay, this is it. The reason for that is because, so again, I'm gonna show you stocks. So once the stocks close below the yellow line, that means we have a bear market. This is S&P 500, because I give benefit of the doubt to the bulls, generally speaking, for the stocks. But for cryptos and commodities and for forex, there is really no. Why would I give a benefit of a doubt to the bulls? No, and I wouldn't give a benefit of a doubt to the bears either. So we have kind of sort of equal opportunity, I guess. Bear market started right there in January of this year. We had several great opportunities to sell short. The latest one was just enormous. Week of 4th of April produced over 57%, close to 60% move in our favor, and it's still near the lows, extremely weak, not really any bounces. Looking at monthly charts, so I had a client, or rather I had one of the subscribers ask a question: can we look at the monthly chart of Bitcoin? Yes, here it is. So monthly chart is, this candle is not yet over. We have 6 more days to go. It's June 24th right now, so this candle from June is not obviously complete, but generally speaking, it's the same thing. All you have to do is, when you're looking at monthly charts, change my indicator settings to 12. For daily charts, daily means each candlestick is 1 day's worth of activity, put it as 250. 250, there are 250 trading days in a year, so this is the reason why I chose this number. And for weekly charts, this is a weekly chart, we need to do 52 days, 52 weeks as a length. Okay, so for monthly it's 12 months in a year. Okay, so looking at this chart, latest signal was bearish right there on the months in January, like I just showed it. There's the signal on the weekly chart. What's really cool about this is that we can look clearly and we can see a low from the 1st of June of 2021 right there, which we broke through this month. So now we can use what's called a measured move technique. So it's not exact science, obviously, but if we take this distance, So the distance from the top to the bottom of this pattern, okay, it's huge. It's 59%. So if the measured move technique is going to, I don't even know where to put it. I mean, this is something like this. So by this method we could go negative for Bitcoin. This is why I keep saying, can Bitcoin go negative? And the reason being is, this is what I'm looking at, is that we have a I guess this is like a head and shoulders kind of business. So we have a neck break this month, and can we continue lower? Yeah. Even if we do a conservative estimate, so let's say this is like 60% move. This was 60% move from the top to the neck. A 60% move would put us around 10,000. I was saying around 7,000 maybe, which is about right, I would say. It's reasonable to expect a move to that level. So I think Bitcoin is quite terrible, and it's not an investment. It's not anything but the trading. It's a trading instrument. There's all there is to it. It's a trading instrument. It's not the future of finance. It's not a hedge against inflation. It's not, I don't know what else people keep saying about Bitcoin. It's a trading instrument. Okay, so please remember that. Alright, head over to MasterChartsTrading.com. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Again, this is very important to keep this channel going. So once you hit the like button, head over to MasterChartsTrading.com, click on sign up for one of the products. Again, I have two general products. I have trading indicators and I have the newsletter. So the trading indicators are these lines, the green, blue, red, and yellow line, and they will help you trade. Basically, this is all I use. The newsletters, I send out daily newsletter on the various stocks we follow, and ETFs, large cap stocks, forex, gold, commodities, cryptos, and a separate newsletter called Speculator, where we look for various interesting opportunities to either buy or to sell short. So we can go both ways. It doesn't really matter that much. And I think the best deal, of course, to get both trading indicators and newsletters, I think it's at $59.95 per month is the best deal. If you need personal help, if you need one-on-one training, then sign up for VIP access. You get 60 minutes one-on-one screen share Zoom meeting per month, and you also get all of the indicators and all of the newsletters as well. So if you're ready to sign up, come over to MasterCharts Trading and sign up. That's it for this week's recap. Again, if you have any questions, please make a comment. If you have any comments, obviously make a comment. Don't forget to hit the like button, and thank you for watching. Have another great trading week. Bye-bye.